everyone. I'm Christy.
And I'm April.
Welcome to Flosstube. I don't know what it is. I already cracked mine.
Cheers.
Cheers. Okay.
I don't know if you want to talk about this beer first.
I don't know anything about that beer. It's made locally.
It's made locally. It's La St. B. It is a wheat beer. And it says, raise your beer to St. Boniface, the francophone capital of Western Canada, located in the heart of Winnipeg, Manitoba. Word from the master brewer, my passion for beer began at the heart of St. Boniface, my home. Enjoy often this crafted wheat bursting with flavors from our Canadian prairies, brewed and packaged in Winnipeg.
My neighbor made it.
It's from the
That's what I know.
Brasserie La Chope. I assume that is in St. Boniface.
Ooh.
And I'm just, dumping the beer.
How many have you had?
On my lap, on my knitting.
I'd offer to get you a tissue, but
it's fine. This is how it begins. Cheers.
Yeah, that tracks.
Okay, well, I'll try to not get beer on everything. But here we go.
So, if you're new here, this is Flosstube, and it's primarily about cross stitch, but we talk about other stuff too, so that's how we roll. We are not in the great outdoors today because that wind is really got a nip to it, and and so we're pretending we're in the middle of summer, and there'll be birds and stuff like that, and perhaps cats attacking birds and stuff. My cat's attacking the TV birds. Eventually, maybe they've been doing it off and on all day, so they might be tired and bored of it now.
Probably.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Okay. Oh,
There's one.
yeah.
I don't know what they're doing back there.
Oh, she may be trying to find a way to the top. She knows how to get there. Okay. So where to start? Let's start with fully finished objects. April, what do you got for fully finished?
Fully finished.
objects?
Okay. I have no cross stitch. I have a toque, what kind of wool was this, Christy? This was the same as your toque. Should have written it down.
Yeah.
We'll get back to you on that. Anyway, it's a really beautiful toque.
Because I'm a water rabbits, and I never remember to do that stuff.
Okay, so this pattern was the corkscrew beanie, but I altered it. The actual pattern has a rim on the toque, which I took out, and then I also made these nice little ear flaps. Do you ever make a toque and then you don't love the shape of it on your own head? This is where I'm at with this toque. So I think I might need to block it a little bit. I don't love the shape on my head, but I do love the pattern. I love the color. I love the wool. Yeah, this was, I think, one of the wools that we got in Gimli.
Yeah.
When the store closed down.
Yeah.
But I can't think for the life of me what the yarn is called.
Well, let me just check.
Okay, well, while Christy's checking, so this is the corkscrew beanie. Pattern is by Yarn It All by Jill.
Malabrigo, Arco Iris.
Yeah, it's Malabrigo.
I'm not sure if Arco Iris was the color, but it's a Malabrigo. It's a nice
Yeah,
big chunky.
it's a Malabrigo. It's a really chunky Malabrigo, but it really knit up really beautifully. And like I said, I did alter the pattern quite a bit. But if you look closely, it's got the corkscrew that goes up the sides, and then I added these little ear flaps and little dangly bits.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm not quite sure if I'm done with it. I might block it out to make it a little bit wider because for some reason I don't love the shape of my head. But super cute. And I added a furry little pom-pom because you just gotta have a pom-pom.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yes. Yeah.
Everything's better with pom-poms.
It can.
Anyway. Okay. So that's that.
Yes. Is that your fully?
That's
fully
my
finished?
FO. Unless you want to see an FO that isn't really Stitchy related. But a friend of mine wanted to make pierogies on her birthday, and that is probably happening next weekend. But I got my hands on a Hunky Bill's pierogi maker. This is the big pierogi maker. I don't know.
Those are big pierogies.
If you're from Canada, you may have seen the commercials for Hunky Bill's pierogi makers in like the 80s. But anyways, yeah, in 4 easy steps, you yourself can get one of these and make pierogies quite easily with Hunky Bill's pierogi maker.
If you've never had a pierogi, you are missing out.
You're missing out.
It's like dough filled with potatoes, and you eat them.
Often potatoes and cheese,
Yeah.
sometimes potatoes and cheese and bacon, sometimes cottage cheese, sometimes fruit. There are some of them that are filled with fruit.
Yeah. They're delicious.
But I also, so I got this one for a friend of mine for her birthday. And this one came with a very old bag, original bag. And then I recreated the instructions on a nice clean paper with a picture of the instructions on how to use it, as well as the recipe for making pierogies. And I think I did a pretty good job. I did lose the pierogi maker, but I think I did a pretty good job copying it. But anyway, so that is one of my finished objects that is not Stitchy related.
It's laminated too.
Yes, and I laminated it so you know you can get flour and dough on this, and it'll just come right off.
Potato.
Amazing.
Cheese.
Potatoes, cheese.
Right off.
And
We're
then
like having an infomercial here.
I know, for Hunky Bill's Pierogi Maker. So actually, Bill of Hunky Bill's Pierogi Makers was actually born in Winnipeg.
Oh.
Very interesting. I think his business actually took off when he was in Vancouver, once he moved to Vancouver with his family later in life. And I believe the story is a friend of his had dared him to sell pierogies at a market in Vancouver. And it was a dare for $10. And he managed to make his way into that market and started a pierogi business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure not a small pierogi
No,
business.
not a small pierogi business, which led to restaurants and like pierogi deliveries.
Can somebody dare me $10 to do something amazing that'll turn my life around and send me on a fun career path?
That would be
Please.
nice. That really would be nice.
That would be nice.
So yeah. And
Did
then
anybody notice we're wearing the same dress?
Oh yeah. So we both have this dress.
It's got dead kitties on
Yeah,
it.
it's got like little kitties with bones and kind of like Day of the Dead kind of makeup, and yeah, they're super cute. But anyways, so we're wearing matching dresses today just for fun.
Twinsies.
Twinsies. We didn't actually go out in public like this, though, in case you were wondering.
It was
We
this
could,
close.
though.
It was this close. I almost wore this.
If you bet us $10, we will.
Oh yeah. Not even. You bet us a button, an old beat up button. We probably would.
Yeah, honestly, if you just dare us, we probably would. It doesn't really take much. And then my only other finished object, which I can't show, is I've been refurbishing a canoe for the past couple months, and I finished my canoe this week.
Yay!
Woo-hoo! I'll post pictures on social media. I
Hooray.
haven't had a chance to do that yet. This week was kind of a gong show.
Great.
Yeah, and roller derby started up again this week, so that was very exciting. So I have had no time to spare this week. So yeah, what kind of finished objects do you have?
As for FFOs, okay. So I'm gonna check my. I gotta write things down because oh my gosh, this memory is no good
Yeah,
anymore.
clearly I should have wrote down that yarn because I could not remember. I can't remember anything anymore.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Stupid being old.
Yeah, getting old. Getting old sucks.
Okay, so I've got some fully finished ornaments. This is my Kris Kringle ornaments, which is book number 62 from Prairie Schooler. And I stitched them one thread over 2 strands on 40 count Zweigart Natural Raw. And I finished them like this.
They're super cute. Here,
So-
pass them to me when you're done. You did a very good job finishing them.
I'm pretty happy with them.
So
I
what are you
don't
gonna
know
do
if-
with these ones now?
I haven't decided if they are tree style ornaments or if it'll be like put them on a line with those little clips.
Yeah.
Because two
Oh,
little
that would be
clips.
cute,
Yeah, I think
too.
that would be really cute.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if these are we're just working off of my phone camera, so I can't really tell if it's focusing on these or not.
From here, it looks like it's doing an okay job.
I don't know. They look a little fuzzy to me, but it is what it is. Not going to worry. We're just happy to, be actually making one. So.
Yeah, it's been a year. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been a 2 years.
Yeah.
It's been a pandemic.
Yeah.
You know.
So what I did was I have the same equipment that I used to punch out my stitchy hugs. I have a piece that'll punch out these cards. And so I put a decorative paper on top and then I punch out the card. And so it gave me a really nice, that was fun. It gives a really nice background that I don't have to fiddle with fabric and all that kind of stuff. Like, it was super simple to use this. I made this one as kind of another thing. I don't know, is this something that any of you would want me to put in my Etsy shop? Like, I can do all kinds of stuff like gingham as a background, or just
Those are fun.
making these ornaments a little bit easier. I don't know. Just let me know. If that's something that would be interesting to you, just put a comment or something like that and let me know. And then afterwards, what I did was I cut out ovals. I wish I had a punch for the oval part because then it would be a little bit more even. But I hand cut out the ovals and I put kind of like a double-sided sticky tape all across the whole oval, and then I laid my fabric on top and made sure it was positioned nicely. And then I kind of cinched it around the back of the oval, like the fabric, so that it was in. And then I glued them onto the backing cards. And then I did some really basic cording to go around the outside, and then I made these little ribbons to go on top.
They
So
look really nice.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think they
I
turned
like
out
them.
well. So I'm quite happy with them.
Hooray! I think anybody would be lucky to get one of these as a gift.
I think so.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's my fully finished objects. Did you talk about finished objects at the same time as your fully finished objects, or did you go? Do you have anything else like finished?
All my
to show?
stuff is just finished that
Oh.
I was showing. I don't have any.
Okay. So I'll go
Yeah.
into my
Yeah.
my finished objects now
Okay.
and show you those. So first up, I have my I have my, it's called Cabin in the Woods. I designed it. Sorry, I thought I ironed this earlier, but apparently cats got involved. Somebody was actually sleeping on top of my pile just not that long ago. This was stitched. Let me bring this closer so that I'm actually projecting my voice towards you, not away from you. This is Cabin in the Woods. It's stitched 1/2 on 40 count tin roof, Weeks Dye Works. It was all in DMC, but I overdyed some of the DMCs, and I made a YouTube video on how I did that. Just kind of like a little tutorial, just in case you might want to try to copy it. There's also, Mrs. Sadis also made a silk conversion pack that is quite beautiful. The brick, this color here, that is just kind of like a plain brown in mine. is a multicolored, just it's so beautiful. So if you are interested, there is a Mrs. Sadis conversion pack for it. And so yeah, this is again one of my own designs, and I have it available in my Etsy shop, which is Sarcygurl Designs, I think. I'll try to remember to put a link below. I'm not that good at business. But this is the piece.
Very pretty.
I was super happy with how it turned out. I love the trees and the smoke and I just love everything about it. It made me happy. So the over dye that I did is very subtle. Like there's some over dye in the tree here and a little bit on I guess this isn't brickwork, it's more like shiplap or something like that on the outside, but just kind of very subtle modeling is in there. So yeah, so that was the first one I finished. Number 2, again, this is my own design, and this one I kind of stitched with an assortment of threads. It is, I call it Raven's Flower Bowl, and it's stitched 1/2 on 40 count putty by Weeks Dye Works. And it was kind of a mix of some DMC, and there's a silk in there, and a few Weeks Dye Works. I don't remember exactly, it's been a while, so I don't remember exactly what I used. But the crow itself is all a silk, like a black silk, and I really enjoyed stitching with that silk. I found it didn't knot as often, and I quite often was petting the bird as I stitched it because it's just that little bit softer, and it's quite lovely. That's that one. I over dyed. Like the bowl color is the same as the letters and the border, and I over dyed that one, and I can't remember if I made a video for that one or not, but it is just kind of the same technique as I used for over dyeing the cabin and the woods threads. It's just very simple technique and just adding a little bit of darker spots to the DMC skein. So there's that one. And I finished this one. Now this one, I cannot tell you what the name of it is because it's somebody else's design, and the name of it is in Cyrillic, so I don't know how to pronounce it, but I can tell you who it's by though, or try to tell you. This is that one, and this one is by a person. If you're looking for them, it is on Instagram under Medveditsa Stitch, and I'll try to put a link to that below. I stitched it 2/2 on 32 count my own hand dyed fabric. So
Nice color.
yeah, I made that. I
That's
did.
good.
I wrote down the recipe that I used, so just let me know if you want fabric that color. You can try to dye it yourself, maybe. I don't know. My instructions are they're okay, but I know for myself that I know how to kind of play with it to get something that I like, so that's kind of blowing it out a little bit. It's a really dark color. I guess as I get backwards, you can see the true color a little bit better. So, it was all DMC except for I traded out the color of the pumpkin. The DMC called for the pumpkins was a little bit, it was vibing too hard with this purple. So I picked Weeks Dye Works Persimmon to go on the
color.
pumpkins. Yeah, so it worked a lot better for me. So that's that one. And that's it for finished objects, I think. I'm sure
You've been busy.
I've got a big pile of stuff here, so as I go, I'm sure there'll be stuff that'll be, you know, I should have shared this in the finished project. I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Who cares? Okay. So, whips. Let's talk about some whips.
Okay, I am knitting some socks right now. I'm on the second sock. This is the first sock. I'll show you. Maybe you want to hold that up. And then this is a pattern. Oh, it was one of those ones, you know, where you're headed to Stitch and Bitch and you're like, I need something to knit. And then you just grab a pattern that you printed like, 10 years ago. So this is a free pattern from Knitty, I believe. It is Spring Forward by Linda Welch. But you can find that on Knitty. Yes. But
That was such a good resource, Knitty.
Oh, so handy.
I don't think anybody's been paying any attention to us for the last 10 minutes as we talk because
There's a cat attacking birds and squirrels behind my head.
and it's very entertaining.
It is.
Because I'm finding myself having a hard time paying attention, so I know you guys are probably.
Yay!
This is how we get our exercise here.
Yes. So
we hunt. It's like a video game for my cats.
boop, 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 boop. No,
That's Cosmo, by the way.
that's Cosmo. Cosmo's doing a very good job keeping us safe from squirrels.
It's got to hunt.
Yeah.
All right.
So anyway, sock.
Hooray.
One sock of two. This is two. I think I did a pretty good job trying to match up where the colors started. So they might actually look very close to the same later. Not that it matters, but I am crazy like that.
I'll show a pair in a little bit, but
Boop, 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 Copy.
Yes. Is that it?
I think that's all I got.
All right.
That's all I got.
So you got.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other than showing things that we bought.
So whips. I have part. I finished up. Well, it's sort of a finished, sort of a
I love the colors in
whip.
that.
Yeah. So it's a. I consider it a whip because I still have one section left to go, but I finished a section recently. So I finished what is part 2 called Plentiful Meadows, and this whole thing is I think it's called A New World. The series is called A New World by Barbara Anna Designs, and I'm stitching it 2/2 on 36 count hand dyed Zweigart. I dyed this fabric myself. I called it Moody Broody because it's kind of like a moody coffee color. Where did I put my big colors?
Yeah, while you're looking for that, I completely forgot that this was a Regia. It is a candy color sock yarn, in case you were wondering about the colors. It's very pretty. Carry on.
Yes. So, this was a section that I guess, maybe I will turn my little board a little bit. Okay, so this is the section, this is section 2 that I just finished. And it's the little farm scene. I love it. There's a lot of color changes in it, so it takes patience and time, but the effect is just amazing.
It's stunning.
I posted this on Instagram over a week ago, and people are still throwing likes towards it, and I'm like, that's unusual. So this is some of the other sections right here. So I have one section left to go, and it's the one with the witches, and it'll just go above on top here. So I'm excited to get that one done. The colors in it.
Oh, the colors are gorgeous.
She's so good at selecting colors. It's just, she's a genius. I love it.
Just a genius.
Yep, pure genius.
Sometimes you just gotta call it out.
Yeah, totally. So there's that one that I'm working on, and let's see what else we got. Oh, here's the flosses on my stitchy hugs.
So pretty.
in a bag made by April.
I made this.
She made it. Love it. Thank you, April.
You're welcome.
Alright, the other whip that I'm working on. More stitchy hugs. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so pretty. Nice
Yeah.
colors.
So, while I'm thinking of it, somebody was asking me if you can, or a few people have asked, if you can pull a single thread off of a stitchy hug, like a single strand off of a stitchy hug, and you can. So there's a couple ways to do it. I'll just take one off over here. I didn't bring a needle with me, so I can't like actually demonstrate it. But so
Do you need a needle? I am prepared. I got stuff.
I think I have a sneeze coming.
What kind of size needle? Smaller is better?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so when I cut my skein
Here
of
you go.
floss, thank you. Just gonna set that there for now. So when I cut my skein of floss, I cut it into lengths that I can use on any type of project, because I like to use the loop method. So these are folded in half, but they are about a yard long, a meter long. That long. So I tend to leave them that way because then I have flexibility for whatever project, whatever count that I'm working on. But when it comes to stitching, like I quite often am choosing to stitch on a smaller count, like a 40, where I'm using only one thread. And so here's me loading my stitchy hug. You just fold or bend it over the narrow part of the hug, right there. Whoop. Bend it over there, give it a little twist, and pull it through the big hole. So that's how easy it is to use this stitchy hug. And so yes, they are looped like that. So that I like them a little bit shorter when I am packing them away. You could also, if you really wanted to, if you primarily stitch on stuff where you're using longer strands, instead of folding it in half and looping it on, you could do it this way. And then you can just pull a single strand out from the top like that, no matter what. But this is a little bit long for my tastes. So I just fold it in half. And then another demonstration of how to put it on. Lay it over the skinny center part, give it a little twist, pull it through the hole. Like that. So when I am stitching something where I need that full yard, what I'll do is I'll pull a single, so you have the two ends here, you have a cut end and a loop end. And so what I'll do is I will pull a single strand from the loop end. You might not need your needle,
Okay.
but we'll see.
That's fine.
It's just my eyes.
I won't feel bad if you don't use my needle.
So what I do is I get a strand started, and then what I'll do is I'll pull it out one leg at a time, and just kind of hold onto the threads and pull it out a leg at a time. So you can pull out a single strand off of your stitchy hug that way. When I need shorter strands, what I do is I just snip one of the loops at the loop side. I just snip one of the loops because that's the length that I use for when I'm stitching 1/2. And then I pull a single strand from one of the cut ends. So that's how I deal with that. So easy peasy, you can totally do that. If you don't like doing it that way, this is how hard it is to get your thread off. And this is how hard it is to put it back on again. So like, it's really quick and simple to use these no matter which way you prefer to take your strands off and put them back on.
Or how
So,
easy.
yeah, I should say, yes,
It's
positive
not hard.
words, positive
Positive.
terminology.
Yeah.
So, yes. So, yay for stitchy hugs.
Yay.
I love them. Okay. So, that color palette, whoop, is for, it's called Open Your Heart, and it's by Stitch Rovia,
Oh, yeah.
Emma Congdon, and let's see.
Oh, I should have brought
Oh, my
mine
papers are on
to
the
show them side by side.
We did that, I think,
Mine's
a year ago.
up
We showed.
higher stitch count. Did we show them together?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
I have just started, I think, mine. So, this is what the finished pattern looks like. And this is my work on it. I need my little backing. Where are you? We are not well put together. I'm not well put together. I shouldn't say we. I should say I.
Oh, I'm not either. Like I said, it's been a week. I'm surprised I am as prepared as I am today because I.
So I am stitching this one thread over one on 20 count Ada. Ida. How do people? I don't know.
I'm always confused about how you pronounce Ada, Ida, Skeen, Skine. What else is there that I?
Bunny hug.
No idea.
Hoodie.
Oh,
You know.
that's a hoodie. You're in Winnipeg. It's a hoodie.
I'm from Saskatchewan.
They're
It's
also
a bunny hug.
They're also booters.
Bunny hug.
Booters. You know when you get water in your shoe. That's a booter.
Isn't that universal?
No.
It isn't?
What does Jeff call it? I wish. See, not prepared for this conversation. But yeah, apparently, if you know what it's called in other provinces, yeah, Jeff calls it something
other
else.
countries.
It's not a booter, it's something else. Comment below if
when
if
your
you call it
boot
something
gets
else.
full of water, you step in a puddle that's just too
Yeah.
deep.
Oh
You
yes,
booter.
they are also rubber boots, and I believe Jeff calls them not galoshes. There's something else. What do you call rubber boots in Saskatchewan?
Rubber boots.
His rubber boots.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he calls them something else. If you know what that is, comment below. If you call them something different. So curious.
Okay, so yes, 20 count Ida, whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyways, yeah, I'm for full coverage. I'm really enjoying working on this. Again, like just using a single strand is really nice. That's why I like the tiny stitches and I like using a single strand. So this 20 count has been really great. I still use my magnifiers for it, but if I really was in a pinch, I couldn't find my magnifiers, I could still probably stitch on this okay. It bugged my eyes a little bit to look at the shinier where the DMC has already been threaded in, but yeah. So yeah, I'm really enjoying. I've been putting some time in with this recently, and I love,
It's a really pretty pattern.
it is.
Her designs, I really like her designs.
Yeah,
They're all gorgeous.
her use of colors again is just really good, and like her lettering is always. I think that's the part that she really excels at is the lettering. What was I going to say? Oh, I was going to say. So, I had a little tutorial on how I wrapped my hoop so that stuff would stay kind of drum tight in it. I want you to know, my fabric has been in my hoop like this for a week now, and it is still
It looks very tight. It
very
feels
tight.
very tight.
It holds it really well. So if you're having problems getting your whatever you're using, like if you like to use a hoop but it's not holding it drum tight, try wrapping it with that you can try to find the video. It's not that far behind in our stream.
Like shelf liner?
Yeah, it's shelf liner. But yeah, if you want a tutorial, there's a video in our videos that I tell you how to do that, how I did it. It's really easy to do, and it works really, really well. So it holds it nice and tight, and it keeps it there. Yay!
Yay.
So that's that. That's it for my stitchy whips. And you said that's it for you, except for showing the stuff that you bought today.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'll talk about other stuff that I've been working on. I created a little freebie pattern It's like a little stocking pattern for Halloween, and I'll try to remember to put a link to it. But somebody stitched part of it up. They did it as a pillow instead, so they didn't do the full. They kind of did about to there, and they used their own colors. I didn't specify colors with this because I didn't really have a time to pull threads and kind of figure that out. So I just set it out to people that they could choose their own adventure with it, and it's just like a happy little beauty that'll. So yeah, that's a little bit better. Light's not shining through. So I put on the headstones. I put R.I.P. Rest in peace, of course. Bye and dead. The little hands reaching out at me. It made me smile. I like it. Little ghosts here and there and everywhere, and bats and stars. I love it. I love it. I am going to stitch it up one of these days, but it might wait till next year maybe at this point. So I did that. What else? I dyed some fabrics. We're really losing our
I feel
light.
like I've done nothing. I know I've done lots of things.
Yeah, you have a very busy life, though.
I have a wide range and assortment of things that I've done.
Yes. Lots of geocaching, and you had the lake a lot this summer.
I completed a full year of 1 geocache a day. I had a streak, which I gave up in September. I think I did 291 days, and then I stopped the madness the day that we put the trailer away at the lake.
Yeah, it was fun. She would invite me out at least once a week to go, look at or find a geocache with her.
Yeah, if you're looking for a way to get outside in the winter, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah. And it's a challenge too, right? So, even on the days where you're like, I don't really want to go out, you kind of, because of the challenge, would go out anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you could get a dog, but dogs cost, more money.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, right?
So, when the acorns started to fall from the trees a couple months ago, I was out for a walk, and so I filled my pockets. I had these really heavy, clanking pockets full of acorns. And I took them home and decided to try to do a little acorn dye experiment with them. And I came up with 3 results. And so this first one is just the acorn dye by itself. And it's, again, these were all ironed earlier. Oh well, doesn't matter.
They got sat on by cats.
It is what it is. So it's just kind of like a really soft, almost a pinky toned taupe. Is just the basic acorns dye by itself. And I dyed 3 pieces that way as a base, and just I wanted to see. It was an experiment. The second piece here was this one was afterwards. What I did was I put it into a bath of logwood. I was kind of expecting like a purple from the logwood, but it turned it into this, like, I don't even know. My gut is saying chestnut kind of
I
color.
also thought chestnut.
Yeah.
So
It's this beautiful rusty orange kind of
It's a pretty
color.
color.
It's really pretty. It screams sampler. So I'll have to do something with that. I did get a little blip where there was some logwood kind of. It wasn't fully mixed in, so there was some trapped into the fabric itself as a clump. So it left a little mark there, but that would be on the part where it would be kind of like the edge where you wouldn't be stitching anyways. So I'm very happy with that. I could never reproduce this, ever, but
that's pretty.
it's very pretty and totally unexpected. And it started turning this color like immediately as soon as I put it in. It was so cool. So I did that, and then this one. I didn't write my notes, and my phone is getting used, so I don't really know what It was another natural dye, and it might have been chestnut
Oh, kitty
that I
kisses.
used. I don't remember.
Kitty kisses happening.
Oh. That one's Gracie.
This is Gracie.
Yeah.
Hi, Gracie.
She's got to come check the birds out now too. So this one is it's lighter. So this is the one with the logwood. This one was lighter. So it's on my Instagram if you want to know exactly what I used, but I can't tell you exactly how I did it. So I couldn't coach you on how to reproduce these, but it was fun. It was what I wanted to do is I want to experiment. I wanted to do it this year, but I didn't grab leaves before it snowed. But you can also dye stuff with dried oak leaves and bark and stuff like that. So I would like to try that as well and kind of see what tones pull out of those in comparison to the acorns. All I did for just the acorn part itself though is I just put the acorns into a bunch of water on my stove and I simmered them for quite a few hours, and you can see the color starting to come out of them. And then once I thought enough color kind of like it was hours, I just let them simmer all afternoon, and it smelled really nice, kind of nutty. So once I was ready to put my fabric in, I kind of drained it through a colander or whatever, just to keep the big chunks of acorns out of the dye mix. And I put the fabric in and let it simmer for a while just with the fabric, and it was easy. So easy and fun. So that's my fabric that I dyed. Let's see, what else do I have? I have socks that I made. And you know how April was talking about, she tried to line up the cuffs so that the stripes would match. Well, the bottom part of my socks match on this pair.
They look very matchy from here.
The bottom part does.
The top doesn't.
It's because, and I start at the top.
Okay, again.
That's the funny part.
Nobody will notice.
No, especially the top part, because that's usually where your pants are. But the top, you can see. Oh no, you can't see because my fingers are in the way. So this one here is longer than this one. It's just completely by accident that the stripes match up. So you just roll with it.
Color.
I have one sock longer than the other. I have one leg that's longer than the other. It doesn't matter. It's all good. It's still going to keep my feet warm in the winter. And it's a fun story to tell.
Yeah.
Short story. It's still a fun story.
Oh,
Very humanizing.
I can't even tell.
So I
They
have
look
that.
warm.
I started a new pair of socks here. And I did bring this tag over. I don't know. Oh, there it is. This one. That one is a lang jowl, I think. I don't remember exactly, and I already threw out the tag. It's in my Instagram if you want to know. But this one is a Shoppel Crazy Zauberball. This is what
It's
this
got a cat on the tag.
Yeah.
Very cute.
And this is kind of the coloring of it. And this is what I have done. I've turned the heel.
Is that one of the yarns that we bought when we went to the States that time?
You gave this to me. I don't know where
Okay,
you
or
got this
I
one.
may have got it for you in the States?
Maybe. Could be.
I feel like I got it on a trip.
Could be. Maybe when we were in Minneapolis.
I think when we were in Minneapolis, I have a feeling.
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
I miss traveling.
Yeah. I
Some
think
good.
they've relaxed some of the restrictions at the border, but I'm just not quite
Might as well wait until.
not quite feeling great about traveling yet.
We still don't know everything about what.
Some people don't
COVID's
seem to care. I feel like I
know.
see people are booking trips
And
down
if
south.
that's what you want to do,
I mean,
that's
Do
fine.
your thing.
It's
I'm just not quite. I'm not there yet.
yeah,
Right?
yeah. Might have, like we're cautious. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. Also, I think a lot of places there's still an extra expense right now.
Oh yeah.
for testing and things like that, depending on where you go.
Flights
So, I
are
mean,
really expensive right now. And
yeah.
I would imagine hotels are probably trying to, you know, make
Recoup.
some, so they might be more, I haven't, you know, looked, but yeah, a lot of people have money that they need to make up, you know, as things start opening back up, so it might be more expensive for a while. But, and just everything costs more now these days because supply chains have been interrupted and all that kind of stuff, so. Hold on. Double vaxxed, by the way.
Me too.
Okay. So, I've got some stitchy hooks that I've been working on. I think the last video I didn't even have the equipment yet for making these. The last video we made, but I did make a video about my stitchy hooks. So, basically, this is the mini that I was showing with my own projects. It's my preferred size, and as you can see, I'm just gonna throw it through that thread there. All right, as you can see, what I do is I write the code on the front, and then I write the number of the floss on the back. And when I ship them out to people, I usually include some little sticker labels, so you know you can reuse them, hopefully, and just put a little sticker label over where you wrote and write new codes and new numbers on them as you need to. So I did that. I created a version that is for storage, so you put like a rod up on your wall, and then you can just do the same method of looping your thread onto it and just hang it on the rod for storage. I did a whole video about this. I'm not going to spend a lot more time with these, but I just kind of wanted to
those
show.
are cute.
Yeah. So I did versions that were of the heart stitchy hugs, so that it's a little bit more room to write if you need it, or if you just like a bigger thread drop. There's that size in comparison to the mini. It's like that. So these holes are the same size. Oh, one thing. So these holes here, they're big enough so that this part here on your ring doesn't catch. Right? Because just a regular hole punch, it'll catch on that part of your ring, or at least on any ring that I've tried anyways. So I went with a larger hole for that part right there. So these are some special decorated ones that I made, and they have been up in my Etsy shop. They weren't big sellers, but I enjoyed. So there's.
Throw them all away.
You guys don't want to see those ones anyways, right?
I'll get them.
So some little pumpkins.
And here's the other one.
Yeah, that one's like little costumed, like there's witches and
I like this one
skeletons
personally.
and-
It's adorable.
Yeah.
There's a
Pumpkins.
web there and a little cat and a little ghost.
Yeah. There's that one. You ready to catch it? Whoop.
I got it. Okay.
I have a couple different versions of the fruits. Oop.
Aw,
Oh,
I
yes.
failed. Epic fail. Oh, fruits are cute too.
These ones are for like Christmas themed. So, hold on, I gotta. Maybe I want. Where's my card? Let's see if we can get these to.
Here, I'll hold the card.
Oh yeah, that's a little bit better. There we go.
Okay. Got it.
We got some little snowmans. Or snow people, I should say. Not snowmen. Just because they look dressed manly doesn't mean they're men. Snow people.
We don't know.
We don't
for
know.
sure.
Exactly. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
Gender.
matter.
Gender is fluid. And some little Christmas trees.
Happy trees.
Happy trees. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Nice. There we go.
So I made those. I have other
Cute.
ones, but
Okay.
these were my favorites that I made, so I thought I'd show them off. So I did those. And then I've got something that I haven't started working on yet, but I want to start working on it. Oh, I thought I moved those closer, but I did not. Well, while I'm at it, I will kind of show. I found this at the thrift store. I saved the stitches, and it made me happy. Whoop.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I'm grabbing it.
You don't
Oh,
need to
thanks
see
for
much
that.
more. But I picked this up off of Kijiji. And I'm thinking about maybe doing a reproduction for it. Because I've Googled it and I can't find anybody that's ever made a reproduction for it before. So, and it's 1857, was April 23rd, 1857 is when Charlotte Eckerd stitched it. And it looks like it's stitched in wool. And I'm not into religion. However, and this one is as most of the sayings on a lot of the samplers were at that time, a little bit religious. This one is it amused me because when I first read it, it said, "Oh, how stupendous was the pow that raised me with a word, and every day and every hour I lean upon the Lord." So I liked the how stupendous was the pow. It was later that I noticed this up here. Can you see that?
What is that?
That's the end of the pow. That's power, which would rhyme with hour. So I liked the "oh, how stupendous was the pow," because I'm like, that's unusual.
That is unusual.
But it's not that unusual for them to run out of room when they were stitching their samplers and to, kind of move, a part of a word to the next line. Usually it's not like above.
Usually it would be below, not above.
And not above another, kind of motif item. So it made me smile. And
Interesting.
the colors in it are quite lovely. I was trying to decide, well, maybe I might stitch it myself, but might get somebody else to stitch it as well and do it in two different, like I would do it in a 40 count and I'd get somebody else to do it more in a 32 count or a 28 count. And one version in, colors similar to this, probably just in DMC. And the version that I do for myself, I might do it in a different colorway and on 40 count, perhaps in silk, we'll see. So I'm thinking about it. If you think that this is a sampler that you might want to stitch as well, let me know, because that will tell me whether or not it's worth going to the effort of doing the reproduction on this and getting it out there. So just comment below if you're interested in this. So there's that.
Can I pass you this one over there too?
Oh. I've got stuff littered all over here. So the cleanup is always the most, well, getting ready and cleaning up from these things, it's very time consuming. It's very time consuming. Okay, so there was that. Let's see. Before I go further, how about you talk for a while and you show the things that you got today?
Oh, so, okay. Someone who I follow on Instagram was doing a show in Winnipeg today. So, Kissing Glass Creations.
She's at a Kenora,
She's
right?
at a Kenora.
She is
So-
on Instagram
She is on Instagram.
and Etsy. You can buy her
Yeah.
stuff.
But she made this series. Woo! Okay. Yeah, so it's glass. Hold on. Is that? Oh. Okay, thank goodness. It's attached this way. Okay, so she made this series of pickles. I'm going to try to. Can you hold that a little bit closer?
How about you hold the card?
Okay, I'll hold the card.
And then I will get
And
it.
she makes a lot of different glass creations. These ones are glass ornaments that are made from a recycled light bulb. And she made a series of pickles. And I do pickling with a friend every year, so I purchased a pickle.
He's
to
got a
give-
great smile.
I know, he's adorable. There's a bunch of adorable pickles, and it comes with a little card.
I guess it's adorable. Again, we're
yeah.
gendering this thing. We gotta stop it.
Yeah, it could be a he, it could be a she. It's a pickle.
Probably an it.
So it
I don't
says,
think
to start a
cucumbers have
tradition that will surely last, here's a short story about the pickle of glass. The night before Christmas, it's hung in the tree. While everyone's sleeping, it's done secretly. And on Christmas morning, when you arise, the first one to find it will get a surprise. A family tradition for all to share. You'll look for the pickle year after year. So yay, it's very cute. But anyway,
If you really want to have fun, just stick a hook in a real pickle and throw it on a tree.
oh, the cats would love that. Although are cats as afraid of pickles as they are of
I don't know. Mine don't get
vegetables?
mine don't get scared about cucumbers.
It's zucchini that most cats are afraid of.
Is
Isn't
it
it?
zucchini?
I
don't
tried
know
the
if I was-
zucchini with my cats once, and they did not like it.
Oh, okay.
It was terrifying.
I've tried the cucumber and mine.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where Cosmo is, but he's scared of his own shadow.
Yeah,
And
Monty's like that
he
too.
was just like, it's just a cucumber, what are you doing? I don't care.
Okay, and then the other thing I got was I got one for me and a gift for a friend or family member. I'm not going to say who, just in case. I don't know if anybody watches this that is a friend or family. But some super cute ponchos from EMK Clothing. I'm trying to wear a poncho, but yeah, they're super adorable and they're nice and soft. Feel how soft. Mm-hmm.
My hands are rough.
But we went to a sale
If
today.
anybody heard that
But
scratching
it
noise,
is
that's my hands, not her
the
phone.
Traveler poncho. As you can see there. Yes.
We got the shine.
I'll hold the card. There we go.
Still got some shine. Alright.
Yeah. Well, we're kind of losing the light.
Yeah. We're gonna
We're
talk
losing
fast.
the sunshine. Anyway, so
I'm from
that's
Saskatchewan. I don't talk fast. I know I've met people from Saskatchewan that talk fast, but I think the bulk of us are slow talkers.
So this is the one-size traveler poncho made by EMK Clothing plus Evelyn Thora, made in Canada. So they're made in Canada, and I can vouch for the fact that they are super soft and lovely and look like something that I am going to wear often as I am working from home these days.
Yes.
So,
Comfort.
yes, comfort.
It's important.
Woo.
Alright. Is that it?
That's it. That's all I
Okay.
got.
So I will show you some happy mail.
That's adorable.
Okay, I'm going to show what's inside first.
Okay.
So I most sincerely apologize if you were the person who arranged with Carolyn at Evertotes to send these to me. I cannot find her name. I learned something about Google Gmail. So every other email system I've ever used, if you have a sent email, it's fine. It stays in your sent folder. Even if you delete the main email, whatever you've sent stays in your sent folder. And that's kind of how I operate with keeping track of some of the stuff like this. However, Gmail, if you delete the main email, the main thread, it will delete everything.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's
So
bad.
I cannot track down your name, but I appreciate this so much. Thank you so much
Those
for
are
arranging
pretty.
these are Leo and Roxy threads. It's like a rainbow selection. Every color.
Like a rainbow connection.
I don't know. I don't think. I don't know. But anyways, just all the different colors, and they're subtly variated, and they're beautiful. Thank you so much. I appreciate this so much. I'm so sorry I couldn't hunt you down to thank you personally. I think I did try through some of the. I tried looking you up on Instagram when I did have your name handy, and I couldn't find you. So I think I sent the thanks through Carolyn, and I hope that it made its way to you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. You really didn't have to do that, but I appreciate it. Thank you. So I got that. Nancy Sickler. I think that's yes. I think I remember your name properly. You sent me some happy mail, and it's like I keep it on my fridge. It makes me happy. So you sent me a card, and you had some trouble getting your local post office to help you out properly, and I'm sorry for that, but I appreciate this.
That is adorable.
It is. It's made out of little paper bags, and lots of work went into it. So it's like this little book, and these little pullouts. It's got little, sayings on it like "hello," and laughter by definition is healthy, which it is. It's really good for you. What's up? A little cat with a umbrella. And a little monkey. And sending happy thoughts. Thank you. I appreciate that. Laughter burns calories, so do it often. It's good for the body, good for the soul. Little pig. A little stitchy thing. Create joy. I try my hardest. Don't always accomplish it. I do try. Yeah, little bee. And then this one says, "You're awesome." And I appreciate that. Thank you. Neat. And then person wearing glasses, which I do. And all you need in life is a friend who has chocolate by Sophie Dale, age 11. That's what that one says. And then on the back, you can't skip and be unhappy at the same time. And I would agree with that statement wholeheartedly.
That's
Love
true.
it. Thank you. Again, I keep it on my fridge because I just need it a lot sometimes to read words like that. So thank you. Thank you for all the extra trouble that you went through to ship it to me. Hopefully your post office gets its act together. And especially with Christmas coming.
Oh, yeah.
And then, last but certainly not least, Miss Cindy Reed. She's local. Someday we're actually going to meet when this whole pandemic garbage is over. So she sent me some happy mail, a real surprise. So she had stitched this one, and she sent me a pattern after she was done. I'm excited. I love stitching prairie schoolers. And she made me this little needle book.
That's cute.
That's a motif from my 2020 pandemic sampler. So sweet. So sweet. So beautiful. I think she said this was her first crack at making a little needle book. So
Nice.
she put some felt in it, some pins and needles. It's so
I'd like to
awesome.
see that.
It's
That's
so
the only
it's
thing
got
I haven't
pockets.
seen yet.
Pockets.
Pockets. Pockets.
So-
Everything should have pockets. Just saying.
all
all
the
the
work
things.
that went into this is just I can't even tell you how much I appreciate it. It's so beautiful. Thank
Okay.
you.
Got it.
Put your stuff down.
Got it.
And then she made me a bag. Oops, upside down.
Super cute.
And she said she thought I would like this fabric, and I really do. There's no planet B. Our future is now. Stay woke.
Which is true.
It's very true.
There is no planet B.
Although people are pretending that there is. But, and then on the inside is a nice blue fabric. So thank you, Cindy, so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate the effort, the work that went into these. Really didn't have to do this, and I appreciate it. That's so lovely.
Very lovely.
We'll meet someday. It goes well with my bag from Linda that I showed last time. It is in the file here somewhere. Where? I had it here. It was holding something. Oh, there it is.
Did you find it?
That's the one from Linda.
Nice.
I still appreciate that one too.
Adorable.
This is, I don't know, did I show this one? No, I showed the lumberjack one. This is another one that April made for me. So,
I think we may have showed that one last time.
yeah, we showed these before, but it doesn't have to show them. Show them off. So, we've got those. Thank you again to everybody. Again, you really don't have to send me stuff, but it's a lot of fun to get happy mail, so I appreciate it. Thank you. Makes my day.
Yeah.
Big hugs to everybody. Big hugs. Okay. Oh, another big thank you is going out to Deborah Carroll Stitcher on Instagram. She set up what is called the 2020 Pandemic Sampler Sal. And what she did was she took the big sampler chart and she split it into kind of 8 roughly equal pieces and challenged people to finish one of the sections each month. And the way that she chose to motivate people to complete their sections was to offer up a prize. So if you finished a section within a month, you got an entry into a draw for the prize pack. And so she set it up so that she would do the first 4 months and send out a prize to the people who got their entries for the months. And then at the end of the eight month, like the last section, 8 sections, she's going to do that again, as far as I know. So thank you so much. That's a lot of work to, keep checking in with the stitchers and keep track of what people have completed and to arrange the prize and ship them out. I think she enjoys the company of having other people stitching the same thing with her. So that is part of the reason why she chose to do it. But it is a lot of work, and I appreciate that so much. Thank you, Deborah. That was so cool of you. And it's been fun for me to watch people stitching my piece up. So. She started that in June 1st, but if you want to start it now, I don't think there's any harm. You just touch base with her and find out if you are eligible to get in on the prize if you finish sections. So I don't think there would be any. I can't speak for her, but I don't imagine there'd be any problems. So I don't know. Get in touch with her. I'll try to link her below. I will try. I make no promises. And the final thing I want to say, because we're really losing our light, is I want to welcome to my neighborhood our local stitchy store. It's really not that far away. But
it is dangerously close.
No, they are
dangerously close.
Today is Sunday. I think she said her movers were coming today, and so they're basically moving from. It was a 25-minute walk away from where I live yesterday. It will be a 3-minute walk from where I live today. Kind of thing. They move closer. I didn't move closer to them. They moved closer to me.
Yes.
So.
Extremely convenient, yet inconvenient, you would say.
April lives even closer to it, so because she's half a block away from me.
It'll be like at the end of my street.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Danger. That's where all my money's going to end up going, I imagine.
You're going to have to stitch.
Yeah.
You're going to find a project.
Well, see, now that the trailer's put away and it's cold outside and winter is coming, winter's come.
It
We have
has come.
snow.
Yeah, we got a big snow.
I imagine that I will be sitting inside and stitching a lot more.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to geocache every day
That's
anymore.
true.
So
That will free up a lot.
that
of
will free
extra
up some time.
Like at least an hour every day, basically.
At
So-
least.
So, welcome to my neighborhood, to Lizzie B's. I want to also say
see you soon and often, I'm sure.
I walked down there on Friday. Oh, we're getting fuzzy. Woo! We're having problems with our. There we go. I'm maybe focusing
It's
on
focusing on
on the
the
bird.
bird in the background.
The bird's probably more interesting than we are.
The cats have grown tired of birds.
Yeah. So I walked down there on Friday to. There, it's doing it again.
We're gonna show something
I don't
more
know.
exciting.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's
Move
probably
around.
because we're losing our light a little bit. So I'll finish this story quickly, and if it goes fuzzy again, I'm not worrying about it. So I walked down to Lizzie B's in their old location on Friday to help lighten their load. What I bought
Was there a sale and you didn't tell me?
No, there wasn't
Oh,
a sale.
okay.
I just wanted something to do on Friday, and it was still relatively nice out. So slippery, really slippery to walk, but yeah. So I went. My excuse was I was going to lighten their load a little bit, and I didn't buy gobs and gobs and gobs of stuff, but it gave me a chance to meet Samantha. She has her own Flosstube, and she's on Instagram, maybe on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook, so I don't know. But if you want to find her, she's Huga Stitcher. If you haven't already, she's
Huga Stitcher?
yeah, she's
How do
got a Flosstube.
How do you spell that?
Hygge.
Oh,
Yeah,
that sounds familiar.
yeah. Every time I see that word, it says higgy to me. Okay, I said I wasn't going to worry about the focus, but I still do.
Good
Okay, we gotta make this quick. So, hi Samantha, it was nice to meet you. I binge watched your Flosstube and it was great. I loved it. So I will try to link her below as well, and I'll do a quick showing of what did I. Oh, they're in here. I treated myself that day to some silks.
Ooh.
And I don't know what I'm going to do with these yet. I need more. Can you see? Can you see?
Down a little to what?
There we go. So some nice fall colored silks. And again, I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but I needed to treat myself, and so I did. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to having them in the neighborhood and seeing more of Samantha and anybody else who's working there. So Barb works there. She owns it. Hi. Okay, so I'm creaking my chair a little bit. That's not coming from internal. That's an external noise, guys.
That wasn't a fart.
And again,
that was a chair fart.
we're getting blurry again. So okay,
Okay.
it was nice talking to you guys and telling you all of our
We love
random
you. Sending hugs
yes.
to you.
Hugs.
Hugs. Hugs.
Hugs.
Okay.
Double vaxxed, guys. Double vaxxed. All right. Take care. Bye.